Hello, I'm Mr. Wall, a geography teacher, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to use revision guides in what I think is hopefully an effective way. So, the revision guide we use, and I would highly recommend if you can get your hands on one, is the CGP series of revision guides, and particularly the Complete Revision and Practice book. That's the one we're going to use today. It depends on your course, obviously, but I've always found these ones to be very, very useful and effective. Apologies for the light on there that's glaring a bit. How I would recommend using these is a number of ways, but the first thing I must say is that a revision guide is not something that you should be looking at and going, I've never seen any of this information before. It is to recap things. It's not to learn new things. It's very helpful to pick out specific key knowledge, but they should not be used to learn new bits of information. If you find you have looking at something and you think, I have not studied that at all, you must make sure you go and see your teachers. However, the first thing I would say to use for these is look at them. They're very, very scary. There's a lot of them, and there's a large chunk of it, and in all honesty, you most likely won't get through every bit. And that is no bad thing, because it's a lot of information. But how I would recommend doing it is to try and take it step by step and pick out key pieces at a time. You can use sticky tabs. As you can see here, I've got red, yellow and green, and I'll show a number of ways I think you could use these to really be effective. You could start with maybe 5 or 6 tabs and look through and look at what you think you know really well, and you can mark your book as such, like I've done here. As an example, you can mark it like this and go, I know natural hazards incredibly well, and you can mark it with a green, same as volcanoes and earthquakes. However, for example, you could say I'm not particularly strong on global atmospheric circulation, and you could then go on to go and say quite a way away that actually I'm really, really weak on global ecosystems with a red tab. And by doing things like this, you can very clearly build up a picture of where your areas of strength are and where your areas for development need to be. And this is a colour code way. It's a good positive confidence booster as well. If you end up with lots of greens, fantastic. If you end up with some reds or some yellows where you're not sure, you know exactly what you need to work on. Now I would say use sticky tags like this. It's quite nice to see, but also you could put little bits. Maybe just do 5 at a time. Say you're going to focus on just 5 topics. Do those 5 topics. Or you could go through the whole book if that's how you want to play it. In terms of using the revision guides, these ones particularly are very useful because they chunk. They chunk the most important pieces of information for you already. And that is what I think is really great about these. You can look at these and you can see they've colour-coded bits, they've underlined key things, they've bolded, and that is where it's really good to learn some key knowledge and recap it. You should then not just highlight these, that makes it, I think that's fairly ineffective, but you should turn this into something that you remember well. You could rewrite it. You could make a mind map. However you fancy, do that. I would then go on to use, as you can see here, and we'll use a different example of it, some key questions. This is why these revision guides are so good, is because they have exam questions. And they have worked examples for you, which are brilliant, so you can see why and where things are and how you can answer questions, gives you some key ideas and some key structure. And here you can have a look at these exam questions. You can practice them. It tells you how the marks. You should then use the work you've done from the revision guide and time yourself. Give yourself timed practice. Break it up, timed practice. Answer these questions. And once you have answered those questions, you can use the answers, which is why these are great, on the back of the book. Sorry, just got to find them. So as we go here, all the answers for the questions are here, all the papers in a nice, easy space. Thank you very much. I hope you find this useful. Good luck in your forthcoming GCSEs, and I hope revision goes brilliantly.